with fires raging all across this country, just sea to shining sea. Okay. Trump has just been sitting on his ass doing literally nothing. He hasn't tweeted about the fires once raging everywhere. And the main reason is because a lot of these fires are happening in blue states. We all know for a fact that he doesn't care about what goes on in blue states unless it's politically advantageous, like he can crush the socialist, anarchist, Marxist, neo-fascist, homo supremacist, leftist usurpers in the country. Drink, please. Wait, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, okay? If he can't do that, he doesn't care. That's the whole reason why we didn't have a national program when it comes to coronavirus, because it wasn't politically advantageous. He thought only the blue states were going to be the ones who were going to suffer from it, and so, he was wrong. But we can listen to what he said, because he was talking to some attorneys generals. He was talking to Gavin Newsom, which is the mayor, the governor of California, and a lot of other people. And he went on to his same old shtick, denying climate change like he always does.
Science is going to be key, because if we ignore that science and sort of put our head in the sand and think it's all about vegetation management, we're not going to succeed together protecting Californians.
Okay, it'll start getting cooler. You just watch.
I wish science agreed with you.
Well, I don't think science knows, actually.
Dude, what the fuck? What did I just listen to? Sir, please, my people are dying. Thousands of Californians are being evacuated from their homes as the cliff sides are engulfed in furious flames. It's like the Fire Nation attacked. President, please do something. Listen here, buddy. Winter's right around the corner. What are you guys complaining about? Summer's almost over. It's gonna get cooler. So, Mr. President, please, science doesn't say that. I don't really think science knows. Like, what the fuck? What am I listening to, dude? This guy's the president of the United States. Dude, it's hot in summer and cold in winter. What's the problem, dude? What are you saying? The fires are just gonna stop once summer is over. You ever hear about winter, dude? This is literally like the Titanic can't be sinking. My side just got 300 feet higher. Like, what are you talking about? I totally forgot that he's still on the rampant climate change is a Chinese hoax meme. Like, imagine the idea that you're going to disregard everything science has to say about climate change just because it's not politically advantageous to you. Also, I drank all of my water just then. I don't have any water anymore, and it's all your fault. Like, look at this for a second. This hits on every point of Umberto Eco's 14 points of fascism right here.
Number one environmental president since Teddy Roosevelt. I said, but it's
Trump
true.
administration reversing 100 environmental rules. Prepares major rollback of Obama era water rules.
Trump is the great environmentalist. Do you hear that, Ed? Do you hear that? That's good. And I am. I believe strongly in it.
The thing is, I'm not even sure. We know that these conservatives live in a fantasy world, right? So, but I'm not even sure if they believe what he's saying, because a lot of the time, a lot of people who said, Trump said he'd do that thing, but I'm not sure if I even really believe it. I'm not even sure if they believe it anymore. It's either that and they just don't care. Here's him talking to Gavin Newsom, once again, a governor from California, and hear what he had to say.
Your administration just entered into a first-type commitment over the next 20 years to double our vegetation management and forest management. Right. I want to thank you for supporting that effort, funding that effort. We acknowledge our role and responsibility to do more in that space, but one thing is fundamental. 57% of the land in this state is federal forest land, 3% is California. So we really do need that support. We need that emphasis of engagement, and we are fully committed to working with you to advance that cause. We've known each other too long, and as you suggest, the working relationship I value. We obviously feel very strongly that the hots are getting hotter, the dries are getting drier. When we're having heat domes, the likes of which we've never seen in our history, the hottest August ever in the history of the state, the ferocity of these fires, the drought, 5+ years, losing 163 million trees to that drought. Something's happened to the plumbing of the world. And we come from a perspective, humbly, where we submit the science is, in and observed evidence is self-evident, that climate change is real, and that is exacerbating this. And so I think there's an area of at least commonality on vegetation, forest management.
Look at him.
But please respect, and I know you do, the difference of opinion out here as it relates to this fundamental issue on the issue of climate change.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it.
So he said that, right? This entire like thing, this like photo op for Trump was just like in these people whose states are burning to the ground, him to sit there and nod, and they say, "Hey, Mr. President, you know, you're great. You know, I love that thing that you did. You know, it'd be even sicker if you like listened to the science and, you know, helped us not burn forever with the hottest heat wave and a 5-year drought and losing 1 billion trees. You know, that'd be really sick." And he's like, "We should just rake the forest and it'll get cold." That's all he has to say. That's literally it. And I don't know if science just, you need, science. I ain't never heard of her. That's all he has to say. This guy, he's just a sociopath. He just doesn't care. He just doesn't care about what's happening, and he doesn't care about intervening like whatsoever. He's just letting it burn. He's just letting everything burn while he sits back and pretends like he did literally anything. I don't understand how anyone can look at this person and pretend that he cares about science or reason or anything. It's just like cultish group mentality. We can't listen to them because they're part of like the globo homo gulag trying to get us to drink less water, because when we have less water, that means that the government can then control the world. I just don't get it. They're just stupid. It's just stupidity. That's all it is. Our education system has failed. It has completely failed, and this is what we've gotten now. A sociopath in the White House, completely full of shit, rambling on about how he knows better than like climate change, climate scientists, and how it's going to get cold when the winters are getting warmer. If you guys didn't know, the Arctic is on fire. Like the North Pole is on fire right now. It's on fire. This is what we're left with when we get leaders like this, and it's really unfortunate.